How's it, guys? Welcome to another edition of the NFT Show. I'm your host, Philip, and today we are looking at NFT projects that you should have on your radar during bear markets. So, guys, I think it's very important to address the elephant in the room, and that is that we are now very much in a bear market. How long this market is going to last, I do not know. I don't think anyone does. We can speculate. I've been through two big bear markets in the last 8 months. The last one was from October until sort of mid-December. So it lasted for 2 months. And, if this carries on longer, what tends to happen is that guys are trying to get out of projects. There aren't enough buyers, so there's a lot of supply. There's not enough demand, and so people are just undercutting each other. And the floors of these projects, all projects, are going down. Almost 99% of projects are going down because there's more people trying to get out than there is people trying to get in. So if this is your first bear market, I think there's a couple of things you got to keep in perspective. Number one is that we should always be working with money that we can afford to lose and money that we don't need immediately. It's like any investment. If you ask your stockbroker, should you pay rent or should you invest in shares, he'll tell you to pay rent, right? Even bond or whatever it may be. So I think the one thing is just for any time, you don't want to have money invested in NFTs that you might need urgently, because that can force you to sell at a time when you shouldn't be selling, because this is not the time to sell. If anything, it's possibly the time to buy. Now, there's different price ranges of projects. If you're looking at projects at the 0.1 range, I would say now is probably a great time to get in. Because yes, if they go down to 0.09 or 0.08, it's not huge. And in the end of the day, 0.1 is probably still cheap for a good project that is usually at a 0.2 or 0.3 floor price. However, if you're looking at things like Bored Apes and 70 ETH collections, Cyberkongs, CryptoPunks or whatever, timing is more important on the one side, because if you could save 10%, you're saving 7 or 8 Ethereum. On the other side, also, if it's for a long-term investment, who cares if you save 5 ETH or 10 ETH when they're going to go up 30 ETH? And when they're sitting 30 or 40 ETH higher on the next bull market, you're not really going to be too upset that you paid 5 ETH more than the bottom. So I'm in two minds as to when now is the time to buy. Obviously, if this starts turning around and starts to come out of the bear market tomorrow, then today was a great time to buy. If this is going to go on for weeks to come, then prices will get lower across the board. There might be one or two projects that are doing something special, like at the moment, gutter cats, their whole ecosystem, gutter rats, gutter pigeons, gutter dogs are all getting drops. So we've seen their price increase. Invisible Friends has also gone up a little bit, but they came out in a bear market. But other than that, everything is down across the board. So I want to show you, I've got a lot of projects to show you. It's not going to be like when we do reviews and I spend 10, 15 minutes on a project, because I've got about 30 that I want to take you through that are on my radar, and I'll try to give you a bit of background where I can, and also across a varied range of prices, right? So no matter where you're at, the best situation to be in at the moment, and I'm not there because I thought the bear market was finishing this week and starting last week, is to have a lot of ETH. Because now is a great time to buy, even if it's not the bottom, or at least to have money to put in the next couple of days or weeks or whatever it may be. So I'm not in that situation, but if you're liquid, this is what I would be buying. So let me jump into it with you guys. Let me share my screen with you. And this is in no particular order, nothing. It's just stuff that's on my radar, on my to-buy list, either now in the next couple of days. Obviously, I must say, not financial advice. If I had a crystal ball and I knew when the bear market was ending and a bull market was starting, I would be trading very differently to how I do. Obviously, I don't know when the actual bottom is. What I do know, I'm 99% sure of, is that we will come out of this and have another bull market in the future. And what I do know when we're in the bull market is we will come out of that and have another bear market, right? So it's good not to panic. hold on to your good investments. Very important. Your blue chips, the ones you've got a lot of conviction in. Don't get rid of them now because you're selling at a loss. Obviously, I'm assuming you don't need the liquidity for day-to-day expenses and more important stuff. Stay in your blue chips. Possibly look at getting out at a loss of projects that have just been going down, even in the bull market, and that you've just been holding. But let me show you what I'm looking at. So data cells, we actually covered it as a hyped upcoming project quite a while ago. It took them a long time to launch. We loved it. This price is maybe not the best entry. I managed to pick one up at 0.2 yesterday. So this is one of the projects that is doing really well at the moment, even in the bear market. It is possible that this is the top. It is possible it goes to 1 ETH. No one knows, right? I am seeing these everywhere on Twitter, right? Guys who used to have a Bored Ape are having these either as their temporary or permanent PFPs. So I'm not sure if this is the best time to buy because they're at the highest they've ever been. But these are great. I love the art. The team is great. What tends to be happening at the moment is a good play is actually to buy the ladies, right? They tend to be more collectible, which is usually not the case. Buy the ladies off the floor, list them at 0.49. And if it carries on doing what it's been doing, which it might not, they're going to go to 0.49 soon. So, if I had a bit more liquidity, I might buy one or two of these. Again, we could be a bit late on this, but I don't know, guys. It could continue going up. I also like the art, and I know that I've seen it on a lot of notable guys' feed. The next one, which the One Alpha Group Ape List is so bullish on. Okay, that's my only knowledge of this project. I don't know the team. I haven't looked into anything, but I know that Ape List. I've never seen a community so excited. Like last night when these guys revealed, just hundreds of pictures of everyone showing off their loser club NFTs. Other than that, I don't know. So maybe a bit of a degen play, just because for me it would be because I don't know enough about the project. But it definitely is worth keeping on your radar. Also, a new project. A lot of ETH traded in the amount of time that it's been out. It's only been out for 5 days already. 1,600 Ethereum traded, and in this market, that's quite incredible. So yeah, something going on here. You can see after reveal, it's actually picked up because it revealed yesterday. So yeah, guys, I definitely think there's something going on here and worth keeping on your radar. And I think this is a good entry point because they haven't blown off yet, but they could possibly. Next one that I'm very bullish on, and we also covered it, Troverse Planets. I think this is a great entry price long term. So, guys, I'm not saying if you enter at 0.21 that it's going to go up tomorrow. It could go to 0.15 in the next week or two. I don't know. I'm saying when market conditions get better and we return to that bull market that we all really love so much, especially people who buy in this bear market, when we get to that point, these, I think, are going to do really nicely. It's a metaverse play and a P2E play combined. The team is good, in my opinion, and I think that this is a great entry point, and I really could imagine these in normal conditions at a 0.7, 0.8 range at this point in their cycle. They haven't revealed, I don't think. Let's wait for it to load. OpenSea's been weird with images the last few days. I'll just try refresh. If they haven't revealed, possibly wait for reveal. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, after reveal, projects dip. So they haven't revealed yet. So maybe wait for after reveal and keep a close eye. They may very well go down to 0.15 and then a couple of days later start going up again, also depending on market conditions. We then have Clay Friends. I know a lot of people were very excited about this project. I also think if it was a different market that these would be a much higher price. Small collection, very, relatively small, 5,000 relative to the usual 10,000 drops, 3,400 unique owners, which is about 68% or exactly 68%. Good ETH traded. They have revealed recently, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and I think that this is a really great entry point. You can see even here, and I'm just looking with you guys, even here the floor is very, very thin. Your lowest one is 0.135, and if you just on the next line, you're looking at 0.174. 0.18. So the floor does look relatively thin. I like the art, something completely different. We did have a clay project about 6 months ago. They're still around, Clay Lings. I think they're a 0.2 ETH floor, but very obviously that's just the visual side of it. A different team, different idea. But yeah, I'm watching these boys, and I think this is a great time to enter this because it had the reveal yesterday or the day before. And another one that I really think is undervalued at the moment, hugely, I really do, is Brian's. We also covered it in our hyped upcoming projects. You can go onto our YouTube playlist, hyped upcoming projects, and look at it. This is a really exciting collection, amazing art. It's by a gaming company that's already got a game out, and not just any game, like the top game on Apple Store and all the other platforms. They got like 1 million downloads a month or something stupid of this game. And this character, Brian, is the character, it hasn't been revealed yet, is the character in the game, and is going to, having this NFT is going to bring you into that ecosystem. I really, really believe, P2E is the meta at the moment. I really believe these should be at a 1 ETH floor. I really do, honestly and truly. I do have 2 of them that I've picked up on the secondary. Pretty much everything I'm talking about I either have or I'm looking to get into. None of this is paid shills at all. This is my personal what I'm bullish on long term. So you can see here they're saying 150 million downloads in total of this game, and you getting into that ecosystem. There's so many projects that are promising a game. Anyone in the space knows starting a game from scratch is a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of help. You can't do it alone. These guys have done all of that. They've got a company, a successful company that does games, that's got a proven track record, and I can't believe they're sitting at this floor price. I think it's a steal. Again, they haven't revealed. Again, maybe wait for reveal. Might be in a day or two. You might pick it up at 0.2. In my opinion, usually it drops 50%. These might. The art looks amazing, but I've only seen previews. They might go down to 0.12. Who knows? But I do think long term they are not going to be sitting under half a ETH for very long. Also, depending on the market conditions. Then another one that I'm very, very bullish on is Pop Art Cats. Very bullish on these. I heard Spaces with the artist Matt, and they've got big plans. Fully Doc's team, and really, he's a very famous guy already. And you're basically investing in him. And I think at this entry point, you can't go wrong long term. I do think that this collection it has got a lot up their sleeves that is going to come out. We always say give any project that you're not flipping, that you're investing in long term, at least 2 to 3 weeks, but ideally a couple of months after launch to deliver. These guys only launched end of Jan. They've already come out with some interesting stuff, but I do think that this is a great time to enter, and I do have conviction in this project long term. Another one on my radar is another new project, and I do have some existing projects as well. Dippies. Dippies is interesting. I think it's got huge potential. It also has a good following amongst influencers. This was the one that I sold at 0.48 and or something like that, 0.48 before reveal, and it was bought by Steve Aoki, who's a big guy in the space, and he ended up buying a lot of them. So there's smart money in this for sure. Look at that Ethereum trade. It is very, very impressive for a collection that's been out for a week, guys. This is not just hype. 6,000 Ethereum. There's a lot going on in this project, and I would implore you to do your research and to look into it. I have bought in at around this price range. I've actually bought 2. I do believe strongly in this project long term. So that's another great one, another good entry price, already revealed, so there's nothing to wait for. I think now's a good time to jump in if you're there for the long term. These are not really flips. These have already launched. This is not a flipping thing. This is a long-term hold thing. So just keep that in mind. But I do think you can't lose on any of these so far long term. Short term, it will fluctuate. Divine Anarchy, people. This project is at a great entry point. It was launched under the Doge Pound launchpad in those days, and Doge Pound has recently stopped this. When Doge Pound had a project on their launchpad, they got very involved in the establishment of that project, the roadmap, the team, the everything. It's sort of like Doge Pound has shares in their sub projects like D's Nuts as well. Divine Anarchy, the reason I'm so bullish on them, they've been a sleeper for a very long time, meaning they in the beginning there was hype. Maybe we can see some activity. I'll go back to all time. There was a lot of hype in the beginning, and then it's tapered off. So you can see, yeah, I mean, half an ETH. You can see the amount traded as it launched. Everyone wanted one of these because of the respect that Doge Pound has. And then slowly tapered off. And then I don't know if this was the news or this was the news. One of these two was the news that they've been taken on by Ubisoft. Ubisoft is taking them on as the game side. So that one of these two was that, but now everyone forgets about it. This is the lowest I've seen in a long term. Yet that agreement with Ubisoft is there, and they're busy building. So again, long-term hold. I think this is a great entry point. I haven't seen it lower than this pretty much ever. I mean, this is really, really a good entry point for this. Again, it's going to take a bit of time, but worth looking into. Then anyone who knows me knows that I'm a very big Super Plastic fan. Forget the art, which I like, but just the company. They have a very successful company before NFTs. They were the guys who launched the Gucci collab first. They were the guys who, that big news with Bored Ape, that they're doing their vinyl figures, because these guys do actual vinyl figures and shop design and amongst a lot of other things. But people have forgotten about these. And there's a lot of partnerships in the works with these. And, those news events pumped the price. They went all the way to 1.5 Ethereum when the news about Bored Ape came out. Let's just go to all time, but it's that bump that you can already see. But let's just, because they slept for a long time. You can see for a very long time. Then there was a big news event. Then they slept. Then there was a news event. Then there was a big news event all the way up to about 1.5 Ethereum. And now there's been no news, and there's a lot of new projects people forget. But this one you will be able to flip for 10x, in my opinion, at the right time. So definitely worth holding. They've got partnerships lined up left, right, and center, and they have a lot planned. A well-run project. Another one also at the 0.3 mark at the moment. These actually, funnily enough, haven't dipped like everything else. It can still. I mean, obviously it's not on its high. I don't know exactly what the story was there. They've got their weapons drop coming up soon. Or was that Dust Breakers? Not sure. Let's just have a look at one of these guys. Items. Not sure if it's them or Dust Breakers. Maybe they don't have a drop coming up soon. One of the two do, but definitely a good project and a lot to look forward to here. But you can see this is quite impressive. Okay, it has dipped. It has dipped quite a lot. It has half an ETH. We're now at a 0.3 floor. Okay, so it has dipped, but yeah, I mean, maybe there's better stuff you can do with 0.3, but definitely one to keep on your radar. These guys aren't going anywhere. Very capable team. Lots planned. Let's just see if they mention weapons here. They've partnered with Network, a metaverse project. So they're going in the metaverse. Upcoming airdrops. Don't know if it's this one or Dust Breakers. Duster Apes has got a VX collection that was supposed to come out around now and has been delayed due to the conflict in Russia. So I do believe that if you buy it now and just hold it until they say, oh, VX is a week or two away, then these will go to 0.55 in any market conditions. So the same way we've seen Gutter Cats increase even in these market conditions because of their drop, same thing is going to happen when these guys announce the official date of the VX. They're ready to go. So I'm not like I'm talking months and months and months. I'm talking weeks. So I really do believe if you buy in now, that you'll be able to get out at least at half the ETH, regardless of the market conditions, if you time it correctly when they give a fixed date on their VX launch. The VX launch is completely confirmed. It's just about when it's going to happen. So yeah, definitely worth buying and holding until that's announced. Another project I'm very, very bullish on, and I have mentioned it many times before, is Jadu hoverboards. These guys are the first in the space. They did. I'll just open this for you guys. Their first project was jetpacks, and basically what these are is these are accessories for the metaverse. So if you have a VX NFT of pretty much any collection, and you go into a Sandbox or Decentraland and you use your VX NFT as your avatar, you'll be able to equip that NFT with a Jado jetpack in this case, or at the floor at the cheaper price hoverboard, and you'll be able to fly around the metaverse. They've already shown Cyberkongs doing this. They've already shown Gutter Cats doing this. So they really are the go-to projects for any collection that's releasing VXs and wants to get noticed. So because VX is still relatively new, so there's maybe 5 or 6 projects that have actually officially launched their VX. Alpaca de Braz has done their VX. DigiDragons has just done their VX. So the relatively smaller projects are coming on board now as well. And these guys are like the accessories that, when you develop your NFT as far as a collection goes, if you're the owner of Cyberkongs and you develop your VX version, these guys are going to come on your radar and you'll want to do some collab with them. And every time they do a collab with the Cyberkongs, or they launch a video teasing Cyberkongs, will launch that to their community. Their community becomes aware of Jadu hoverboards, and then the price jumps. So these should be at 1 ETH all day. Really, they should. They have gone as high as about 1.8, and now they're sitting pretty much the lowest. If you could take an imaginary line, pretty much the lowest they've ever been because of the market conditions, guys. So this, for me, long term again, is a great play if you're working with that sort of budget. The question becomes, if you've got 0.6 Ethereum, do you want to buy one Jadu hoverboard, or maybe 2 of the previous stuff that we've looked at that's about 0.3, or maybe 3 of the 0.2 projects? And that I personally would buy 3 of the 0.2 projects, to be quite honest, if I only had 0.6 Ethereum, because you're hedging your bets in a way. And if one of those moons, you'll pay for all 3 of those, and the other 2, let them do what they want. But these aren't too risky plays. These are the established and the good projects. So yeah, I really like Jadu hoverboards, and if you really have a good budget, I wouldn't spend my total 3 ETH here again. Let's say you're just sitting with lots of ETH, right? Lucky you. Then this is also a good play. You can see here they've been as high. The jetpacks have been as high as 12 ETH. I know that this up was because they were airdropping to all jetpack people the hoverboards. So that one bump was when they did that. But as they release news, these pump. As another collab comes on, these pump. I mean, wow, it looks like someone sold at 0.01. That was either and there was only one sale that day. That was either a mistake, or they were just made an offer to someone on OpenSea. So let's say I know that John wants to buy, that John sent me NFT, and my deal with him is that he gets my jetpack. So I just put it at the lowest price I can to facilitate the transfer of that, even though you can actually just transfer it to the person. So I'm not sure what happened there, but that's you pretend that that's not there. So they really are the lowest that they've been, both on the jetpacks and on the hoverboards. All right, guys, another new collection, another hyped collection that we covered. In any other market conditions, these would be 1.5 Ethereum. This team is fanatical, okay, about details, like fanatical, right? Like they are doing Phygital, which is a mixture of digital and physical items. Apparently, the whole team went to China themselves to see the factory, and they weren't happy. They are fanatical, right? Which is what you want in a leadership team. A very new project, have not revealed yet, about a week old. I definitely would wait for reveal for sure, because these will go down. But I do know that there are a lot of whales buying into this. Every time it hits 0.55, every single time, there's 10, 15 sales on Genie Swap or whatever. So, this project at this price, long term, is a really big steal in my opinion. And I think that they are going to do great things. Then you've got Wonder Pals. Again, this collection any other day of the week would be at 1 Ethereum. You can see it's a new collection, 8,400 ETH traded, which is not a joke. I mean, that's what, 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a week and a half. And they've never been lower. This isn't bad news. Obviously, this day hasn't finished yet. So we just look here. This is just the market at the moment. This is what you're seeing. It's gone from $250 million turnover on OpenSea 2 weeks ago to $50 million. It's a fifth. And that's what you're seeing here. The number of transactions have come down. But it is a good project. Long term, I'm bullish on it. And it can't stay here forever. It will go up when the market recovers. Then we got Pxquest. This is maybe good. It's a good project. It recently has shot up. They have got. They're doing 7 days of big news in a row. So they're on day 2 now, and every day they're releasing big news, right? And they have gone up, and I do think it might be good even for a flip in the next couple of days as the news keeps coming out, depending on what that news is. But I do know that there's some big news coming out. So it might be one of those unicorns that you can flip even in this market. But I definitely would keep it on my calendar in 5 days to sell it regardless, because if these news events don't pump this up, then it's not going to pump up in the bear market. But I think long term, it's still good to hold. But if you're buying it for a flip, maybe get in, schedule 5 days time or 4 days time before the last day, get in their Discord to verify yourself. And before they release the last day of news, if you want to get out, and that's why you were buying it, get out if you haven't yet hit your target price. But definitely a good collection nonetheless. Crypto Moris. Guys, this is a great OG project, really great OG project. The community in this project is insane. They are one of the most united communities that I know. They love the project. They trust the team. They've been around for a good 6-7 months, and it really is a great community to be a part of. This is the art over here. But really is a very, very special community to get into. And if you look at the activities, these have gone as high as about 2 Ethereum, 2.2, 1.8, 1.5. So, I mean, that's 25% the price of usual, 75% off. Again, not much as for flipping. This is all long-term plays. But now if you do have the ETH that you have been stacking, like we've been saying you should do, because this bull market can't last forever, these are the type of projects I would be spending my ETH on at the moment. And Crypto Moris is quite high on top of that list. Then we have Howlers, another new collection. Again, this is not in any particular order. This one is a little bit more risky, just because it is quite new, and it still remains to be seen exactly what they're going to deliver. They were famous for saying no roadmap, and they still really, really mooned. Let's just show you the activity. Very recent collection, but you can see here they were really hyped. So this one's probably, out of the ones I've shown you, might be the riskiest. but I do know that they've got big things planned, and I know that they're respected in the space. But out of everything we've seen so far, maybe the riskiest, but also with risk does come upside. So I'm not saying risk that it's going to go to zero, but risk that this line is not going to stay straight. It's very possible, but I do think it's a steal. I know a lot of people that were happy to buy these at half the ETH a week ago and did, who are not going to be selling at this point. And Starcatchers also a great price for this collection, also a new collection. You can see how much ETH is traded and how hot they are for it. Again, maybe a bit risky just because they're brand new, but if hype is anything to go by, sorry guys, OpenSea is not loading the images nicely at all. Let's try reload for you. I've noticed the last few days it's been doing it. I'm sure you guys have seen these on Twitter. They do have some notable buyers, and they do have the support of a lot of communities. So again, another good entry point if you believe in this project. Time to get in. Little Lemon Friends are more OG projects, so maybe a safer bet. In my opinion, a safer bet anyway. They're sitting very low. I haven't seen them this price for a very long time. Yeah, I mean, you can see here they went all the way to 1 ETH. That was about a month ago, at the height of the bull market. And then they've been tracking above half a ETH, and now this is literally the lowest it's been in 2 months. But a good team, lots planned. They recently launched their this thing. So if you click on this, it turns into a pixelated one. I might have to go into it. Let me show you. So they recently launched that. It's the first time I've ever seen that before. The same NFT, you can choose it to change to your pixelated version that you had minted. I don't know. It's just something different. Always nice to see guys doing different stuff. But there's a lot more to this project, and I do suggest you look into it. I am a holder, and I do like the project, and I do think that whether it stays here for a day or a week, it's not going to be here long term. So another great one to buy into. Then this one is a great project. I'm only bringing you great projects, so maybe I'll stop saying great project. Slotties, this is the junior slotties. You also get the main slotties. So juniors were released after, and if you had 2 of the main slotties, you got a junior slotty that you could mint at quite a low price. But basically, this is profit share in an online casino chain that's going to be opening shortly. And it's not just talk. They really have done a lot to get to this point. And you'll see that each one has got the shares that you get in the overall online casino, a rake back also. So if you're a DJing gambler and not just an NFT gambler, if you go in and lose $100, they will give you $7 back if you own this one. And this goes all the way up to 20% on more rare ones. And then here you're also getting a bit of land, like a portion, a percentage of the land, and ticket discounts on tickets that they're doing. So it's almost like a membership card to a casino in a way, but quite a good one. And you have a tiny bit of ownership in these casinos. As far as I know, they have not rolled out yet, but they are definitely doing so. And they are a reputable project. So you get the slotties and then these juniors. The slotties are about double this price, about 0.8, but another project that's definitely worth having on your radar. All right, guys, cat blocks. So this is also a new collection. This was the one that we spoke about on our post-drop analysis that has the confirmed collab with Puma. Then the next day, Puma came out and said they also have a confirmed collab with Gutter Cats, Lazy Lions, and another cat project. So they've actually got 4 collabs, but then Capblocks has come out and said, yeah, no, fine, but they're a brand new collection. All these others are established collections, and Puma is not the only trick that they have up their sleeve. They've designed this collection to be easily brandable by other brands, and that this could be any logo that the collection wants, and they are working on collabs left, right, and center, and that Puma is just the beginning. So if that is the case, this is a good entry point. Just relatively new. I mean, it's not like I doubt that the team is working on this project. All of these I'm bullish on, but maybe this is closer to the low end, but skeptical just because of how new it is. So your risk is probably a little bit higher than it would be on some of the existing projects. And speaking of which, Robotos, a very, very respected, similar to Crypto Maurice as far as the age of the project and the respect in the space. An OG project. They've done companion drops already. They've got lots up their sleeves. A great community, and a really good project, especially these OG projects like Crypto Maurice, Robotos. Their communities are so cool. And if it's your first time buying or you're new to NFTs, it's really great communities to be in, because when you're in those discords, you really see what community is supposed to be like, and they really have done incredibly well with building a very tight-knit community, and that holds projects in good stead long term. So yeah, that's a good one. Scuxverse, guys, I bought this to you when they were 0.2. They went all the way up to half of Ethereum, and now the market's crashed, and they're another good buy point. It could go a bit lower. In the end of the day, long term, they will not stay below half an Ethereum. They are the single biggest owner of NFT Worlds. They've got over 32 now. I think they have 32 or 33, but not less than 32. They are the single biggest owner of individual NFT worlds, which means they are planning something massive, okay? Because an NFT world is the size of the whole of Minecraft, right? So I don't know what these guys are planning, but if you need 32 or 33 NFT worlds, you've got big plans. Now, either way, they could just be buying them as an investment, which is great. They are developing their own game that you can go and get access to their metaverse, and then by playing in their game and being a part of their metaverse, you will get airdrops of the world token. So they integrated into that space, and they are the big boys. So when we see metaverse projects pumping again, and I say when, not if, I'm a staunch believer in these metaverse projects, not just any of them, NFT Worlds, Metaverse, World Wide Webland, and then all these sub-collections that have got a good amount of NFT Worlds. Then this is definitely worth looking into. An NFT World is currently sitting at 10 Ethereum, a very, very high price to get into. You could either buy World Token, if you want to be a part of their growth, and as they grow, the world token will increase in value, right? That's so you could buy in $10 worth of world token, or if you want to do the NFT route, the way to get into their ecosystem is to buy into collections that have a lot of NFT worlds and are integrated into the NFT world ecosystem, where they are generating world tokens for their holders. So a really great project, and I said I wouldn't say that. All right, so speaking of OGs, my friends, the Lazy Lions, right? I love this project. They were innovating in the space, and going their own route before anyone else. They released something called Raw Rewards, raw like a lion, rewards, where if you fulfill 3 out of the 4 criteria every month, you get some sort of Ethereum back, a very small amount of ETH back. And they developed a whole system that could verify. Let me refresh for you, sorry. They developed a whole system that you could verify if you had fulfilled those conditions. So the one was to have a lion emoji in your Twitter bio, which I'm sure you've seen quite a few people with that. The other was to have the Lazy Lions bungalow as your banner on Twitter. The other one was to achieve diamond pause, which means not have your thing listed, your lion listed. Sorry, I got distracted because this looks like one that I used to own. It's like a long lost child. Sorry, OpenSea is really being horrible. And if you fulfilled 3 out of the 4, you would get a certain amount back. And if you fulfilled 4 out of the 4, you'd get a bonus and a bigger amount back. No, it's actually Zeneca's. Does he have it for sale? That's interesting. Okay, so Zeneca minted it. Zeneca sold it to 27 outs 7 months ago, and now 27 outs, not Zeneca, is listing it. All right, whatever. It's not mine. It looks very similar to what mine was. Love the artwork, like the community, also very tight-knit community. These OG collections have got connections in the space. This isn't the best entry point I've seen for them. They have been under 1 ETH before, like not just when they launched. They might very well in this bear market go under 1. So maybe not the best entry point at this exact moment, but it's on my radar for when it hits 1, because I don't think you could go wrong at that price. Another new project, Hero Galaxies, another NFT Worlds related project, and that's the reason for my bullishness on it. They also have a lot of NFT Worlds, and they also are offering world token to people who play in the NFT world, and a lot of notable people are also speaking about this collection. Possibly more risky than older projects. Actually, 3 weeks old, which in the space is like a couple of months. But yeah, definitely a lot of people interested. The art is not my cup of tea, to be quite honest. I'll just show you guys. Really think they could have done better. It's like they all just look copied and pasted on a background. But again, you're buying it for the utility, and it does get you into the NFT world token world, right? So yeah, maybe not my favorite on this list, but I do think that this is a steal compared to where they would be. Well, they're actually one of the few projects that we're seeing a tail up today versus others, which is quite interesting. Yeah, so a good one to watch. Guys, do your own research on this one. Karafuru, another new project, guys, came out, hit a 4 ETH floor straight away, has been slowly dipping since then. Wow, sorry, hit a 6 ETH, 5.8 Ethereum floor straight away, or very quickly in the first week. Must have been pre-reveal. That must have been reveal. They're stabilized at about the 4 ETH mark. Really dipped there. That's 2.3, and is now sitting at that same price, actually less. So looking at this chart, I think that this one still has a bit to run down, but I do think it is a collection, even though it's new, that will be here for the long run, and that is going to do some great things and could be a potential 10 ETH project 6 months, a year and a half from now, if they do what they say they're going to do. But this amount of Ethereum traded in 3 weeks is huge. I mean, there's some very notable projects that have been around for 8 months, very notable and good projects that haven't even turned over 10,000 Ethereum, let alone 36,000. Another new project that I am very bullish on, guys. We covered this as a hyped upcoming project. Mint price was 0.3. There's different types of land. There's common, rare, and legendary. Okay. Yeah, but you can see here, this tells a story. There is no dip, and now it's starting to rise again. Obviously, because it's just land, there's no reveal. There is going to be a second drop for landowners for these characters, and then a further third drop as well. They have got some of the most notable brands invested in their business. I just want to take you to their website because I'm very, very bullish on this. This is a P2E play, which is hot, and this is a metaverse play, which is hot, all mixed in one, together with a brilliant team and some of the most exciting partnerships and names in the gaming space that anyone could really ask for. I mean, Binance Labs, Adamaka Brands, what else we got here? Alameda, Ventures. Those are the ones that stand out for me. Again, fully doxed team and a very detailed roadmap and a lot of cool stuff planned. And really, like even their launch, the way they launched it and the way you could mint, and this website is very functional. And I definitely am very bullish on this project. This is close to its high. Obviously, the floor price is for the common. just so that you know. So any that you see on the floor here are going to be common, common, common. If we just go to the left here, it's not letting me scroll on the left. We go type. If we just type in rare, for example, the floor there is 1.6 ETH. And if we type in legendary, give it a chance, the floor is 4.4 Ethereum for a legendary. So it's always good for collections that have got sales higher than the base collection. And if you look at the sales, I mean, they are pretty consistent for this market. I mean, you're talking 5, 6 an hour, and that's a 1 ETH project. Here's a legendary sale at 3.88. Most of them are common. Here's a rare one at 1.79 5 hours ago. Another rare, another rare. So always bullish when guys are investing in the rarer ones in the collection, but really a great project, and very hard to say whether this is a good entry point or not, because it is the highest it's been, but it might be one of those projects that just carries on going up, like NFT Worlds pretty much did, once they started their run. Another project, OGs in the space, we have spoken about them quite a lot before. Sneaky Vampire Syndicate. The artist is notably the same artist for Bored Ape Yacht Club. They recently dropped their Vampire Rest collection. They have also previously dropped a Bat collection. And you can stake your Sneaky Vampire and you can stake your Bat, and you earn their token, which can be changed for ETH. The Vampire Rest, since it's so new, you can't stake it, and I don't think they intend on having that as the utility for the Vampire Rests, but they have said they will be doing something with the Vampire Rests. So here you can see the art again. I really like it. Very, very cool. And a great project to be involved in. And again, established. The team can deliver. They've proven it. They've shown it. So really good. And jumping straight to another new project, very, very hyped, huge amount of Ethereum traded. I see these everywhere on Twitter, big guys changing their PFP over to these. Quite incredible. It's held its floor nicely. Yes, it's going down. Everything seems to be going down. Does seem from this graph alone that this is going to continue going down. Again, that completely depends on tomorrow and what tomorrow brings. So maybe not the best entry point compared to where, I mean, this is pretty much the lowest except for the first 2 to 3 days of launch. But compared to where it might go is the difficult question. Just looking at this, it doesn't look to have stabilized yet. Good thing would be to go onto IC Tools and just check out what it's looking like as far as the amount listed for sale, the amount being listed for sale, the amount of new ones at floor price being listed for sale versus the amount of ones that are being sold. All right, guys, so cool pets. Listen, long term, you can't go wrong at 1 Ethereum. Okay, short term, you can. Okay, these guys have buggled the launch, unfortunately, and they say, cool cats. This is Cool Cat's sub collection that's P2E ready and has a lot of utility, right? This Cool Pet, you can even earn some of their milk token from having a Cool Pet. Obviously, not as much as you would earn from having a Cool Cat, but then they really bungled the mint, had massive issues, delayed. First, they delayed for months, like said it will be in a couple of weeks. Then when they finally got there, there was a problem on their website. They delayed for a few days. Then it got to the stage now where they're supposed to be launching the mechanic. I mean, they haven't even unveiled yet. When they were supposed to be launching the mechanic for it to be gamified on Polygon, so that you could feed this and it's almost like a Tamagotchi and look after it, and that's been delayed. So at the moment, there's a lot of FUD, but these guys are not going anywhere, and Cool Pets is not going anywhere. And FUD is often the time to pick things up. So I do think it's going to continue going a bit lower, like a little bit. But I do think long term, 6 months, a year, you will be laughing your way when they're sitting at 3 or 4 ETH, when Cool Cats is back at 15 ETH. They're now sitting back down at 7 or 6.5. And when everything recovers, these are going to be 3, 4 Ethereum. But you will have to wait. It is going to take time, and it's literally going to be when they say they've sorted their Polygon issues and people can get on the game and start feeding them, you're going to see these start their pump, and they will continue rising. So just to wrap up on Cool Pets, not 100% confident that this is the best entry point you're ever going to get, but long term, 6 months to a year, you can't go wrong at 1 Ethereum for that collection. Guys, Clone X, Nike. So if you want to be a part of it and you don't want to spend it's only 10 ETH actually for Clone X at the moment. They are so down. You can either jump into the pods to get into the ecosystem, or if you want to spend a lot more, you can jump into this that still hasn't launched yet. This was the free airdrop that you got if you held a Clone X at the time of the snapshot, and they've been, to be quite honest, pissing me off because they're making the community do quests to figure out, and I don't have time for that bullshit, right? So I haven't been involved in any of that, but it's time for them to launch already, because, you can only keep people excited for so long. So I think they've said there's one more quest and then they are going to be launching. I'm excited to see what this is going to be. My hope is that it's got a Nike logo on it. And they have said that they are going to continue doing airdrops. And they have said that no matter what stage you get in to their ecosystem, so if you buy this, you're in the ecosystem, you will be rewarded. So it almost seems like if you hold anything from their collection, you will get free drops in the future. So if you hold one of these will be eligible for a drop. If you hold a pod, the pod will be eligible for another drop. Now, we did already see that, where everyone who owned a Clone X got the first pod, then everyone who owned a Clone X got this, and everyone who owned the first pod got a second pod. So that they are going to continue doing that according to their Discord. So if you want to spend a good amount of Ethereum but get into a project that has no risk of the team running away, they Nike, and has a lot to lose by disappointing, because Nike, this is their foray into the metaverse. They don't want to screw this up. They've got budget. They don't have to make on a drop. They want to make you happy and make people look positively on Nike in the metaverse. So they've got a lot more to lose than most people in the space. And so far they have delivered time and time again with all their drops. And I really don't think they're going to stop doing so now. And they've said the same thing. So either get in. This is the second pod over here. I really hate that OpenSea is not loading images properly. This is the second pod. If you go to Answer, let's just see if we click here. I hope it doesn't take us to a website. Yeah, it takes us to a website. Then let's just type in on cyber. Let's see. No, it's not there. If anyone's interested, just ask me in our Discord. I'll send you the link to the original pods. They're at a similar price. But yeah, 2 ways to get into the Clone X system at 2 different entry points. Now we've got Psychedelics Anonymous. Okay, this one's also a lot of really big things planned, but quite complicated, because in order to get the next drop, you need to own not only the PFPs, but they also have 3 or 4 different components. I think they just released the printing press. They might actually have 5 different components that you want to own together with it. Now, I don't think you have to own all 5 in order to get certain things. It is quite a complicated structure, but this is the project by Voltura, who's very well known and respected in the space. And I think they really going about this in an innovative way, and they do have the potential to be a very, very, very big project. But it is a bit complicated, so please do your research to find out exactly what you do need in order to qualify what's coming next and all the rest before you ape into this. But you can see here, I mean, went as high as 5.1 Ethereum. But definitely a good long-term project in my opinion, not financial advice. All right, guys, I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go fast. Grey Boys. Okay, Grey Boys, again, same owners as NFT Worlds. Okay, come on. So they've got a lot of NFT lands. You can earn world token. They've already got a playable game in their NFT Worlds. And I know for a fact that NFT Worlds is not going to leave these guys behind. They haven't so far. These went as high as 2 ETH. We initially bought them to you at 0.25 Ethereum. Bought them to you. I was harping on about them. Get in, get in, get in. They went all the way to 2. Because of the market we're in, they've retracted. I think this is a good entry point. I don't believe that they're going to ever get back to 0.2 ever again. But before, not many people knew that they were under the NFT Worlds umbrella, but now people do know. So that's priced in. But even just looking at this chart, and again, it's a one-day snapshot, so I can't tell anything from it. But just looking at it, it does look like it's found support here at the 1 ETH. It will be very interesting to see tomorrow and the next day. And the next day, if this line continues to stay straight, I would say this is definitely a great entry point in a great project. Excuse me. Another, not OG, but not new project, middle of the line, Coolman's Universe by Coolman Dan, a notable artist and definitely someone who is innovating in the space, very well respected, not going anywhere at all, the project or the team. You can see this is happening to everyone, all the projects. It does look like, and again, this can't, this could stop immediately. Does look like it's in free fall. We want to see where it starts to find support. But if this line was straight, I would be saying that this is a great entry point, because these guys have also gone up to, I think about, sorry, I was there. I think about 3 Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, pretty much 2.7, 2.6. And that's the average sales on the day, hey, at this number. So very possibly did get some 3 ETH sales there, and there might have been some at 2.5 that equaled around 2.7. So lots of space to grow. These guys are doing stuff in the industry. They do have notable contacts, and they're going to make waves in the future, in my opinion. Guys, I'm so bullish on this project. My Pet Hooligan, they've got a gaming studio. The game is due for beta release in this quarter still. So they're far along. The game looks incredible. The art is incredible. I really think, again, it just depends. Short term, what is it going to do? But long term, you can't go wrong at 0.85. You cannot go wrong long term. 6 months, you'll be laughing all the way. This is a great project and one worth getting into. All right, guys, I'm really going to go fast. Kaiju Kings, great. Boss Beauties, amazing, amazing. I keep saying it. I'll keep on saying it. I told you guys at 1 ETH, you don't want to sleep on this team. This team is delivering every day. Another announcement, another collab. Today, they just announced $25 million collab with Sandbox, where Sandbox they're doing voxelated figures. I mean, every day there's something new. Oh, sorry, that was World of Woman. Sorry, that was World of Woman, not Boss Beauties. World of Woman is the OG in the space. Sorry, that was not Boss Beauties. Boss Beauties recently launched something with Barbie. News every day, sorry, but not the Sandbox $25 million. That was World of Woman, but a great project. Again, I don't know exactly when to enter, but long term, 1.8 is a steal. Sup ducks, sup to all my ducks, guys. Love the team, love the founder, love Frankie, love the project, love the art. They've got their whole ecosystem. You also earn token that can be cashed out for ETH. Great project. Look into it. 1 Ethereum is a joke. Really worth getting in. You guys know I love the Doge Pound. I can't believe they're sitting under 1 ETH. When they announced Coinbase, they were 1.7. I really didn't think they'd ever go lower than 2 ETH. And I'm a bit disappointed where they're sitting, but I do know that the team there will not be giving up and they are working hard. I think this is an absolute steal at 0.9 Ethereum. I really do. Dead fellas, I'm extremely bullish on long term. However, I am not interested at this price. They recently shot up to 4 quite suddenly, and they haven't come down yet, in my opinion, where they should be. They shot up because they were going to be doing their where they did their companion launch. Here you can see they went all the way. Yeah, so that's even 5.1 ETH, so maybe even as high as 5.5 Ethereum. Wow. Look, I mean, this is from end of December when the bull market started. Yeah. These were sitting at 0.2, guys. I can't even tell you for how long. Let's show you. I can't believe all time how many you could have picked up. I mean, look at this line. For how long? And then boom, this year to 2, boom, to 3.5, boom, to 5. I don't know. Looks a bit more exciting to me now. Maybe it's just because I'm used to seeing them for so long at 0.2 and 0.8. I love Betty. I love the team. As a husband and wife team, Betty and her husband, they are not interested in short-term profits from it. They put most of the money back into the project. The community is fantastic. Maybe it is a good entry point. I don't know, guys. Definitely a good project. Metaverse, an amazing metaverse project. You stake them, you earn your token, a substantial amount, and this is worth absolutely every single penny. I bought in another one at 2 Ethereum about a week ago, and I'm very happy. So I would definitely say that if you want something that's going to give you immediate return, the MET token, this is definitely worth getting into or looking into. Clone X, obviously, it's Clone X. 11.5 is a steal. I have seen it hit as low as 10 recently. So, it might be worth, it just depends, might be worth waiting and watching closely, but it might be worth biting the bullet and just getting in. I do think looking at this chart again, which you can't tell everything from, could go down further. If you see these at 10 Ethereum, guys, and you have 30, 40 Ethereum to invest in NFTs, this has to be a part of your portfolio. This and a Mutant. There's no doubt that those two need to be in there. Invisible Friends, obviously, sitting nicely. Again, if they had launched a month earlier, this would be double the price. There's no question. Long-term, very bullish. Short-term remains to be seen. The first of its kind is going to always hold a space in NFT history. I cannot believe that Mutants are 13.9. They were double this a month ago, 25 Ethereum. If you have the liquidity, to my mind, this is a good entry point. I do think it's worth getting into. Could it go to 12? 100%. Could it go to 11? 100%. Could it go to 15 tomorrow and never touch 13.9? 100%. So don't know when to get in, but if you can, I would get in and hold and never let go. Cybercons, obviously the big cybercons are like 80 Ethereum, guys. If you're playing with that sort of budget, either this or Bored Ape, but most of us are not. So Cybercons VX, a great way to get into their infrastructure, into the ecosystem. The VXs do not generate banana, which is their famous token that really yields you quite a lot of return. But this is their metaverse play. So all the metaverse utility that's being launched, you get access to. You also get access to their Discord, which has a lot of alpha, full access. So if you want entry into the Cybercons ecosystem, this is a relatively good entry point. They might go to 1.5, but it's a great project. See, I love Clone X so much. It came up twice. Doodles, guys, we haven't seen them under 10 ETH for a long time. They've dropped 2 ETH in the last day. So there might be space for it to go down, similar to Mutant Ape Yacht Club. Long term, I'm bullish. Not as bullish as Mutant Ape Yacht Club, but this team is incredible, and they are innovating in the space, in not following anyone's roadmap but their own, or anyone's path but their own. The way that I saw Bored Ape doing, so that for me makes me very bullish. If there is contenders for Bored Ape space in the next 5 years, right? You're looking at Doodles, Clone X, Cybercon, which arguably is already there, but Doodles is one of them, right? So again, who cares if it goes to 7.8? If you're sitting with 30, 40 ETH, get one of these, get a Mutant, get a Clone X. That's a simple play, and hold with your life, and then maybe sell when they double, and then buy back in when it comes back down to half again. Gutter Cat Gang, still at a good price. Love the community, love the project. Again, if you're not playing with 6 Ethereum, they do have their sub collections, which you can get into. They are dropping their clones very soon. I need you to check whether they've done the snapshot first before you buy in for that reason. Looking at this floor price, they have not done the snapshot. I fully expect the second they do the snapshot, this price will come down to 1 Ethereum, which is what it was 3 days ago before they announced that the snapshot is upcoming. You can see here, it was 1 ETH. Literally, this is all because of the snapshot. So my inkling is that they haven't done the snapshot yet, but please do check if that's the reason you're getting in. And you've got a lot of collections to choose from, all of them small supply, good own account, and a great infrastructure. Sorry, I keep saying ecosystem to be involved in. And of course, World of Women up there in my books with Doodles, Mutants, Cyberkongs, Kaiju Kings, all of those. Safe investment long term, short term, who knows, but short term, who cares? Big bullish news today with the Sandbox announcement. I'm sure these would have continued going down. I'm sure, and I haven't looked at this chart. Yeah, I was going to say I'm sure they've stopped and are slightly increasing, because that is huge news. First of all, they've developed a fund that's huge. $25 million is a lot of money to go to girls and women and empowerment. But on top of that, at the same time, they're announcing that every holder of a World of Women is going to get a VX version. And that's going to be special because it's being done in collaboration with Sandbox. So, yeah, great project. Again, if you've got a lot of ETH, these are the ones I would look at. So, guys, I hope you enjoy. Again, I don't know that this is the bottom. This could carry on with what's happening still in Russia, Ukraine. Russia's got no sign of stopping. They've got no goal of when they're going to stop. It's not like when we achieve ABC, we're going to leave. They're not even saying what they're trying to achieve. So this could be a long thing, and as other countries in the world tighten the economic pressure and possibly put boots on the ground there, this could be like a world war situation, to be quite honest. So this could turn into a market that for 3, 4, 5 months just goes bad, and you could maybe pick World of Women up at 3 Ethereum as an example. I don't know. However, things will get better like they always do, and when they do, these projects always soar past their previous highs, and you'll be sitting happy. So you choose your risk. I hope I've given you a lot of projects. Enjoy. Morland will be with you tomorrow night to do some gaming NFTs. We'll be back with you on Thursday night for a very exciting show. Please subscribe on our YouTube. Come to our Discord. Lots of love, guys. Stay safe. Thank you for joining me. Ciao.